And we can't leave out Leonard Moore, but there's not much to say. He's really, really good. An elite player in college football going into his sophomore campaign.
Yeah, you have Leonard Moore and Christian Gray, and then you have a lot of suddenly real young depth behind them. Carson Hobbs has had a really good spring. You have Cree Thomas, who's an early enrollee from Brophy Prep, which is the same school in Arizona where Ben Morrison came from. He's been an early standout. And then you have maybe the two best talents, high ceiling kind of guys coming in Mark Zachary and Dallas Golden in June. So Mike Mickens is waving his wand and doing great things with the cornerbacks. And I can remember when Notre Dame would struggle to get one good one. To have this many good ones is pretty interesting.
And just a quick thought on specials teams. Did you get to see much of the kicking game this spring?
Not very much, and I think it's a work in progress. I wouldn't be surprised if Noah Burnett missed a field goal today. They're remaking his swing from his time at North Carolina. He had a really good 2023. He was meh in 2024, 15 of 21. And Marty Biaggi likes to remake the swings of these guys to help them have more distance and better accuracy. And Noah is going through that process right now. So now James Rendell, the punter, had a great spring, and he had a really good, strong playoff run as well. And he's ready to rock, but I don't know that we're going to see a punt today in this format unless they decide to put him in at quarterback.
We'll take one final break. You're listening to coverage of the Blue Gold Game on Sports Radio WSBT and Sirius XM Radio.
When you are living with chronic joint pain, nothing feels good, even sitting in a lounge chair as you try to enjoy the sunshine. And forget about golf, hiking, or playing tennis. Your goal right now is to just get by. Well, you need better goals. Hi, it's Darren Pritchett. I want you to know about Dr. Ashley Caravelli and the medical team at QC Kinetics. They're here in Michiana and focus on getting you the relief you need. They feature regenerative treatments that help calm the debilitating joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. You deserve to be pain-free. And at QC Kinetics, we achieve that goal without surgery, drugs, or any downtime. Live a healthier life free of harmful medications. That's the whole mission of QC Kinetics. Your body deserves for you to get a free consultation from QC Kinetics right now. We have locations in Elkhart and Mishawaka, plus there are appointments available on Saturday to work around your schedule. Now is the time to get started. Enjoy life without chronic joint pain. 5747-NO-PAIN. That's 5747-NO-PAIN. 5747-NO-PAIN. QC Kinetics.
Welcome back to the Blue Gold Game on Sports Radio WSBT, Sirius XM Radio Channel 381, and on the app at 971. I'm Darren Pritchett along with Eric Hansen from InsideNDSports.com. The Blue Gold Game this year will be 3 periods with 2 8-minute intermissions. Each period will consist of 4 drives for a total of 12 drives. For each drive, the ball will be placed at various spots on the field to create game-like situations. The quarterbacks will not be live for the scrimmage. They'll be wearing green jerseys. The offense, they're in blue jerseys, and the defense and specialists will wear white jerseys. Now, there will be a 90-second break after each series and an 8-minute intermission after series 4 and 8. Offense and defense will have 3 timeouts to use for the entire scrimmage, and each drive will consist of a minimum of 6 plays. So there is no chance for a 3 and out. You'll get at least 6 plays. And right now it looks like we are lining up without offensive linemen, Eric, as we have a quarterback on the field, Steve Angeli, a running back, and 4 receivers. So I feel like it is 7-on-7 in the summertime. Now, I'm not sure if they haven't sent out the offensive line yet, or this is what we're going with for the first scrimmage.
Okay, that is Blake Hebert. That's at the 30-yard line. I'm not sure what he's doing out there. Number 12.
Well, we do not have a script on what's going to unfold, so we will just play along. Right now, they don't have any time on the scoreboard, so let's see if this is how we're starting. And Hebert, working from our right to left, throws a slant pattern right at the 40-yard line. And the pass is going to be caught by Leo Schreider. And they're going to put the football right back at the 35, so that's a gain of 5 yards, and they go back to the 35. Again, there's no offensive lineman or defensive lineman. Shotgun snap. The freshman Hebert takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back, throws it to the 40-yard line, and the pass is going to be caught, and that receiver is touched immediately. That looks like that was Nolan James coming out of the backfield to make the catch. So Nolan James, 5'10 freshman, decommitted from Boston College, 4-star out of DePaul Catholic in New Jersey. So they have first down and 10 still on the scoreboard, again from the 35-yard line. Again, this is unique. No offensive lineman, no defensive lineman. Hebert throws it into the right flat, and the pass is going to be caught by Scrap Richardson, a 6-foot freshman. He decommitted from South Florida. He's going to be touched up at around the 45-yard line. Would have been a gain of around 10 yards. So this just feels like a warm-up, Eric, at this point.
This does feel like a warm-up, and I think the people in the stands are confused, and they're like, where is the beer? Why are we have to wait until next fall for the beer? We do not know what's going on.
This feels like a real practice where they warm up without offensive and defensive linemen. Play action. Hebert throws a bomb down the near sideline, and there is grabbing and holding going on, and the pass is going to fall incomplete at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, this is definitely the fourth-team offense. So
Alex Whitman was the intended receiver. And in coverage was Mickey Brown, who had him held up like a cowboy, had a steer all wrapped up with a rope. All right, here we go. First and 10 again from the 35. The freshman Hebert takes the snap, looking left the whole way, fires at the 40-yard line. The pass is going to be caught by Whitman. He's touched up immediately after a gain of 5, and that'll do it for that sequence.
Okay.
Well, that's the first in the blue gold game in my years. I've never seen anything like that.
That is definitely, the only thing we didn't see that we normally see in practice is trash cans that are out there sometimes to simulate where the lineman would be.
Or the moving robots?
Yeah, the moving robots. Okay, we have actual players coming out on defense. We have 11 players coming out on defense, and it's the typical starters that we've seen, with Jason Onye and Gabe Rubio in the middle on defense.
Steve Angeli at quarterback. Jadarian Price is the running back. 3 wide receivers set. First and 10 from the 35. Handoff. Price off the left side. Eludes a tackle at the 35. Continues to run left to the 40. Carries tacklers out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 9, possibly 10 for Jadarian Price, the backup running back to the starter, Jeremiah Love.
And we are seeing some guys that we've only seen limited action on the offensive line. Emil Wagner's out there, Billy Shrout, Charles Jagaza, Anthony Knapp. So we are seeing what might be the first team line next year.
Second and 1 from their own 44-yard line. Price goes in motion to the right. Shotgun snap. Angeli, fade pattern, near sideline, overthrows his intended receiver, Jaden Greathouse. He was double covered. There was nowhere to go with that football. The cornerback on the play, well, Don Schuler was the safety help, and I think that was Leonard Moore who had the receiver all locked up.
Yeah, Sullivan Apsher is playing center, and then the other players are the players that we expect to be starting at those positions. Ashton Craig is obviously out still.
Third and 1 from their own 44. Moving from our right to left. From the left hash, there's the snap. Here's the handoff. Price up the middle, has the first down 50. Breaks the tackle 45. Still on his feet 40. Running to the left inside the 35 and gang tackled and dropped at the 34-yard line. Finally brought down deep down the field. It was Leonard Moore in on the stop along with the Don Schuler, but a big pickup for Jadarian Price.
And this is going against Notre Dame's number 1 defense, too. And again, having the starting offensive line there makes a world of difference.
Gain of 22 for Price. First and 10 for the Angeli-led offense from the 34-yard line. Greathouse comes in motion from right to left, now goes back to the right and sets up on the slot. Behind Angeli is Price. Handoff Price running left. Gets to the 33. Hit and dropped at the 32-yard line. A pickup of 2 for Jadarian Price, who last year had 746 yards, 6.2 yards per carry, and 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, and there were a lot of people that wondered, would Jadarian Price go in the portal in December and try to be his own man somewhere? I think he's pretty happy with this situation here.
2nd and 8 from the 32. Blitz coming. Angeli has time. Backpedals. Now lobs it near side at the 5-yard line. Looking for Jaden Greathouse, but the ball was thrown well out in front. Pressure did eventually get to Angeli, forcing him to throw the football a little earlier than he wanted and off his back foot.
Yeah, and he did get touched. I mean, so you're wondering how quickly the referees will call sacks. There was one year, I think Dalen Hayes had 17 sacks because they were calling him when he breathed on somebody.
3rd down and 8 for the Angeli offense from the defense's 32. Defense showing blitz. Greathouse goes in motion from left to right. Now 3 receivers, wide side right. Back to throw Angeli. Over the middle, Greathouse makes the catch, 32. He's up to the 25, runs forward to the 20. Hit and dropped at the 17-yard line. A gain of 15. Angeli to Jaden Greathouse, who ended last year with 42 catches, but 13 of those against Penn State and Ohio State in the postseason.
Yeah, and he's picked right up this spring where he left off in January.
Now a false start on the Fighting Irish. Looked like there was movement along the left side of the offensive line. It was Anthony Knapp, the left tackle, that had the early start. 5-yard walk-off, 1st down and 15.
So we're already seeing some rotation on the defensive line. Jared Dawson, the grad transfer from Louisville, is in the interior. So we're seeing Elijah Hughes in. So, again, we're going to see heavy rotation in that group.
Cam Williams, wide receiver, left side of the formation. 2 to the right, tight end is Reardon. 1st and 15 from the 22. There's the snap to Angeli, 4-man rush. He is going to throw to the right flat coming across the field. Cam Williams had it, lost it because he was popped. The ball was in his possession, and then Carson Hobbs, I believe, made contact. The ball came free, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Yeah, Hobbs was a really interesting interview this spring. He talked about how when Ben Morrison got hurt, he thought it was going to be his time, and they said, you know what, you're not ready. And he's really worked hard. That's been a sore spot. Stuck with him.
2nd and 15 from the 22. Angeli, high snap, grabs it, handoff, nowhere to go for Jadarian Price. He's hit in the backfield, and down he goes. There were 4 white jerseys there immediately. Bryce Young was in there, and it looked like Jared Dawson, one of the newcomers, with some really good penetration. That's a loss of a couple. It's 3rd down and 17 for Angeli in the offense from the 24-yard line. 4 receivers in this set. Shotgun snap. 4-man rush. Angeli under pressure, throws to the right flat. The pass is caught at the 23-yard line. And then Drake Bowen immediately tackles Jack Larson, the sophomore tight end. And that's going to be well short of the 1st down and sets up a field goal opportunity. It was almost a sack, so Angeli just had to get rid of it. Found Larson in the flat. So the ball's going to be placed down at the 32. So this looks like it's going to be around a 50-yard attempt as the hold will take place at the 40.
And it looks like Anthony Rizak is the holder.
Noah Burnett, super senior, played at North Carolina last year, made 15 of 21 field goals for the Tar Heels. From the left hash, gets it away, low line drive, wobbly, that lands wide left in the end zone. So Burnett not close from 50 yards out, and the defense holds. We'll take a timeout. Back in a moment. This is the Blue Gold Game on Sports Radio WSBT, Sirius XM Radio Channel 381, and on the app at 971.
Not on my watch, our military service members say, as they volunteer to serve. As they move out, stand firm, and take fire. So not on our watch, we say, to the severely ill or injured veterans who can't get the care they deserve to live full and independent lives, even when there's no government funding or a nursing home seems like the only option. We won't leave one warrior behind. Not on our watch. Join us at findwwp.org.
Budweiser's weekday sports beat.
It's time to talk Notre Dame football recruiting with Blue and Gold Illustrated's Mike Singer.
North Carolina as a whole is really important for Notre Dame in the 2026 cycle. It's interesting, like some of those southern states, it's like cycles, which one Notre Dame's really involved with. I don't think there's like really a rhyme or reason. It's just like how class goes. Like some years Notre Dame's really involved in Georgia. Sometimes it's Florida. This cycle, North Carolina.
Weekdays at 5. Sports Radio WSBT.
From InsideNDSports.com, I'm Darren Pritchett. Sunshine and 54 degrees at Notre Dame Stadium. Winds out of the north-northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. First drive of the afternoon led by Steve Angeli. Got into scoring range. The drive stalled, and Noah Burnett missed a 50-yard field goal. So now this is drive number 2 of the afternoon, and the offense this time will work from our left to right. They'll be driving toward touchdown Jesus. Kenny Minchie is in at quarterback, ball at the 35. Minchie is going to take the snap and a handoff, and the first carry of the day for Aeneas Williams, the 5'10 sophomore who rushed for 219 yards last year and caught 18 passes, and his first carry of the day effective off the left side. He picks up 8, and it's second down and 2 from the offense's 43-yard line.
And we're seeing them run behind the number 2 offensive line.
4 receivers for quarterback Kenny Minchie. Blitz is coming over the middle. Pass is going to be low and at the feet of his intended receiver. And that was Jerome Bettis Jr. Didn't have much of a chance to grab that football. Would have been a very short gain anyway, but it's third down and 2 as we are seeing some blitzing by Chris Ash's defense early on.
Right, and Kingston, Viliamuasa, Jaden Osbury are playing linebacker right now.
Second down, make that third down and 2 from the 43. Minchie setting up in the shotgun, and he's going to bring in motion Elijah Burris, who sets up now on the left side of the formation. Handoff Williams up the middle, head first dive to the 46. That's good enough for a Fighting Irish first down. A gain of 3 for Aeneas Williams out of Hannibal, Missouri.
Right, and with the Stableford scoring system, just so you know, it's 5-4 right now.
and we're not going to focus on that.
We will not. But what I will do is I'm going to share Steve Angeli's stats from the first drive. 1 for 4 passing for 15 yards, 1 carry for -8.
From our left to right, Kenny Minchie leading the offense. Behind him is Aeneas Williams. Now he sets up to the left of Minchie. There's the snap. Minchie to throw. 4-man rush. He's going to run to his left. 45-50. Runs toward the sideline. 44 and prances out of bounds as he's going to pick up. Looks like 9 on the play. It'll be second down and 1. Again, the quarterbacks wearing green jerseys cannot be hit. So he was being watched and escorted out of bounds by Cree Thomas, a 6'1 freshman defensive back.
Picked up a nice block from Aeneas Williams, too.
Second down and 1 at the defense's 45-yard line. Snap to Minchie. Handoff Williams. Cuts back. Now cuts it outside again. Gets across the 45 to the 44. Gets that 1 yard and a new set of downs for the Irish offense.
You know, Kenny Minchie, some of his best plays are not what the play was designed to be, but he needs to give Mike Denbrock enough of what Mike Denbrock wants in combination if he's going to be the guy that emerges as number 1.
We are not using a game clock today for the Blue Gold game. There is a play clock, which is at 13 as Minchie sets up the offense. Williams sets up to his right. 3 wide receivers set. The defense showing blitz. They will blitz. Handoff Williams. Left side. Stood up. Keeps on power. Oh, no. Minchie actually fooled me, and everybody on the defense was going toward Williams, and Minchie kept it. Went to the right side and gets touched up after a gain of a couple. He's going to be spotted down at the 37-yard line, so they are going to give him 7 yards on the play. And there's one of the big-time traits of Kenny Minchey, his ability to run the football. He believes as well as Riley Leonard. Second down and 3 from the defense's 37-yard line. Minchey accepts the snap, 4-man rush. Slant pattern, left side. Pass is caught by Elijah Burris, but could not get away from the defensive back, who makes a great tackle right at the 33.
When you talk to the defensive backs on Notre Dame's team, the young receiver that jumps out at them is Elijah Burris, both in what he's done on the field and how much he's studied to put himself in this position.
Like Ethan Long on the tackle, nice open field tackle. First and 10 for the offense from the defense's 33-yard line, ball on the left hash. Working from our left to right, Kenny Minchey in the offense. Minchey takes the snap, hands it off Williams, gets over a pile of players at the line of scrimmage, then runs forward to the 31-yard line. He'll pick up a pair. Boy, he was so good on third down last year. Mike Denbrock gave him a lot of responsibility on third down.
He really did, and I'm not sure that Juwan Sider is going to divide up the responsibilities quite like Dylan McCullough did, but you're going to see a lot of Aeneas Williams. He does everything really well.
Jeremiah Luft's tough to keep off the field on third down with
really
his
tough
electric ability, but you got to be able to take care of your pass pro, and Aeneas Williams did that on third down. Minchey under center, bootleg to the right. Under pressure, throws on the run and throws a strike, right sideline, 20-yard line. Burris makes the catch. He'll be spotted out at the 22-yard line, a gain of 9, and a first down, and a really accurate throw under pressure by Kenny Minchey.
Yeah, we're seeing Logan Saldate is out there too among the young receivers.
Isaiah Dunn on the coverage, but Burris makes the catch.
And Isaiah Dunn's the one that picked off Kenny Minchey last week in the scrimmage.
First and 10 from the defense's 23, ball in the right hash. Minchey takes the snap, blitz coming. He's got time. He fires toward the right sideline, and the ball is going to be batted away at the 5-yard line. It was Saldate attempting to make the catch, but it was batted away beautifully. And on the coverage for the Fighting Irish, that was Isaiah Dunn.
Oh, was it Dunn? Wow.
I believe. Let's see.
Yep, it was. You're right.
So second down and 10 from the 23 for Kenny Minchey, the 6'2 junior. Originally committed to Pittsburgh, was a part of the Panther future for a couple of months before flipping to Notre Dame. Blitz coming, handoff, nowhere to go for Aeneas Williams. Flying in was Jaden Osbury, the 6'2 sophomore linebacker. 16 games last year, 58 tackles, and 6.5 tackles for loss. It's a loss of 1. Third down and 11 for the Irish offense from the defense's 24-yard line. 2 receivers wide side of the field left, another receiver solo right, Williams in the backfield. On third and 11, it's a 4-man rush. Minchey sets up in the pocket, flushed out. Rolling short side right, he'll run to the 25, to the 20 before he is touched. He'll be spotted down at the 19, and he'll pick up 5, and it'll be 4th down and 6.
Now, this is where Kenny needs to make sure that he's good with ball security and good with decisions. This is what we've seen from Kenny in practices, is him being able to move the ball, and then there's that mistake, and this is part of his growth, but really smart player, very athletic.
Preston Zinter came up the middle untouched to force Minchey out of the pocket. The offense stays on the field. Minchey, empty backfield. 5 receivers on 4th and 6 from the 19. Williams comes in motion, now sets up to his right. They'll rush 6. Minchey looking, and he's going to be sacked by Preston Zinter, coming off the left side untouched, and a sack for Zinter, and the offense, the drive stalls with a sack on 4th down in the red zone.
Yeah, I mean, you'd rather have a sack than turnover there, but this is, again, part of Kenny Minchey's growth curve. Can he make those big plays? At least he avoided a mistake.
We'll step aside. Timeout. This is the Blue Gold Game on Sports Radio WSBT, Sirius XM Radio, Channel 381, and on the app at 971.
Now, your big ideas don't have to wait. They have everything they need to come to life because Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas. A technology that loves expanding your business and evolving your passion. We push what technology can do so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
I missed a mortgage payment, but now I'm turning things around. With Sam, I can.
Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money at samican.org.
Business has fallen off at work, but I'm getting prepared for whatever the future holds. With Sam, I can.
Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
WSBT South Bend, WQIQ and W291DK St. Joseph Sports Radio WSBT.
It's the Blue Gold Game on a beautiful sunny afternoon in South Bend. Hardly a cloud in the sky. And we've got Notre Dame football here in the spring. It's not the final time we'll talk Fighting Irish football in spring practice. There are a couple of more practices next week before things officially wrap up. And then we start looking ahead to August 31st. The Fighting Irish open up against Carson Beck, the guy that didn't get the face in the playoffs, the Georgia quarterback who was injured, now the starting quarterback at Miami, Florida. So the coaching staff mixing things up. We get a different starting position throughout the day. And now C.J. Carr, what do they give him? First down at his own 4-yard line. So C.J. Carr in at quarterback. From our right to left, Carr takes the snap, and it's going to be a first down running play. And getting the call is Kedron Young, who had 116 rushing yards on 21 carries last year. And the 5-star from Lucan, Texas, gets the carry and delivers some hard-hitting power up the middle, gets to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5, second down and 5 for C.J. Carr, who dealt with an elbow injury last year. Full strength this spring. Play action. Looking left, he'll throw a fade at the 30-yard line, over the shoulder, catch by Kevin Bauman. He gets the foot down, and there were defenders all over him. What a throw by Carr, and a tremendous catch by, Kevin Bauman, who's dealt with a lot of injuries in his Notre Dame career.
That's kind of the CJ Wow version now. He's playing behind the number 1 offensive line against the number 1 defense right now.
That was a gain of 23 as he drops it in the bucket. What a throw by C.J. Carr. He's in the shotgun. Defense showing blitz. There's the snap. They'll rush 5. Carr has time, lobs it to the right. Pass caught, Reardon 32. Makes a man miss, runs to the right 35. Near the sideline, he's finally tripped up and down he goes. Shy of the 40-yard line. Tight end Eli Reardon will be given the 39-yard line, a gain of 6. It'll be second down and 4.
Yeah, Notre Dame only had 3 healthy scholarship tight ends this spring. They add some really good pieces this summer, but there's thought that they may have to go back to the portal, but the tight ends have had a strong spring.
Second and 4 for C.J. Carr from his own 39. There's the snap. Handoff. Young running off the right side, gets to the 42-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3. At the bottom of the pile for the Fighting Irish defense, Eric, is the junior Jalen Sneed, who had 51 tackles last year, 6 tackles for loss and 2.5 sacks. Third down and 1 after a gain of 3 by Young. Tight formation. There's the snap. Carr gives it to Young, lowers his shoulder, up the middle. Pile moves forward. He's got the first down. They're going to mark him down. Gosh, he got all the way to the 46. First down for the Irish offense behind some good, hard, physical running by the 6-foot, 230-pound sophomore?
235. And that was very Audric Estime-like. Just pushed the pile. He didn't need the tush push. He pushed his own tush.
This drive started at the 5. It's now out to the 46. Carr in the shotgun. Young to his right. 3 wide receivers. Snap. Handoff. Young to the 50 and carries the tackler to the defense's 48-yard line. Some good hard running once again. And it looks like that was Hobbs on the stop for the defense. So a gain of 5. Second down and 5. Offense moving from our right to left. The American flag motionless right now at Notre Dame Stadium. 4 receivers for C.J. Carr. 4-man front for the defense. Young goes in motion out of the backfield to the right. There's the snap. 4-man rush. Carr looking left, throws another fade, and another terrific throw caught at the 25-yard line, and getting the foot down is sophomore Jack Larson. Boy, C.J. Carr, Eric, throws the fade very, very well.
Yeah, he's 3 for 3 right now for 29 yards.
And again, there was great coverage.
Yeah.
Very little spot, and he threw it over the top of a Don Schuler.
53 yards, my bad. They had not added that in. I was going to question their math.
That's a gain of 24. 1st and 10, Carr. Now at the defense's 25. He'll hand it off. No, he'll fake the handoff. Now he'll run up the middle, and he'll be touched after a gain of 1 at the 24-yard line. He was going to give it to Young, pulled at the last second, and picks up a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. C.J. Carr wears lucky number 13.
Yep. He changed numbers from 12 last year. That was his high school number. Riley Leonard happened to have it last year, so he said, I'll let the veteran have it. And then he picked it up when it was free this spring.
Cam Williams, receiver short side of the field left. Reardon in it, tight end. 2 more receivers to the right. There's the snap. Handoff Young, sprints to the outside left, gets to the 20, fumbles the football, but it's recovered by the offense. Don Schuler, the hard hit, knocked the ball free, recovered by Reardon, and there's a penalty flag right at the 26-yard line. Our first penalty of the day, and it's a holding call against the Irish offense. And it was Eli Reardon picking up the penalty, and Schuler, helmet on the football. It came free, but Reardon, hustling on the play, covered it up at the 22-yard line. But the penalty puts the ball back at the defense's 34-yard line. So it's 2nd down and 19 for C.J. Carr and the Irish offense. They'll go with 4 receivers, including Reardon, the tight end. He is in the slot, short side left. He'll go in motion to the right. 4-man front for the defense as Carr drops back. Looking left, now throws right, finds Young. Makes the catch at the 38, tries to sweep to the outside, and Hobbs hit him hard, and down he goes at the 36-yard line.
Carson Hobbs is letting a lot of people know about that, but he has had a really good spring. He's very determined after getting passed over last year.
6'1 sophomore, 9 games, 2 tackles last year. We've called his name a couple of times today. Loss of 2, and it's 3rd and 21 for C.J. Carr from the defense's 36-yard line. No game clock today. The blue-gold Stableford scoring system shows the blue up 15-11. That's the offense in front. On 3rd and 19, Carr drops back to throw against a 4-man rush. He delivers the ball to the near side, and the pass is caught by K.K. Smith. Runs to the left sideline. He's bumped out at the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain of 11. It'll be 4th down and 10.
Yeah, this is a big spring for KK. You know, we've heard about his speed. It hasn't translated into playing time and production. There's younger receivers behind him, pushing him. There's Jordan Faison ahead of him. And here comes a field goal.
Christian Gray with the push out, of course, had the great interception to help beat Penn State in the semifinals. This is Noah Burnett, missed from 50 earlier in this direction. This attempt from 43, it's got the distance, and the kick is good. Noah Burnett, transferred from North Carolina. Our first official old-fashioned points to be put on the board today with the field goal. We'll step aside for a moment. He's Eric Hansen from InsideIndySports.com. I'm Darren Pritchett. This is the Blue Gold Game on Sports Radio WSBT, Sirius XM Radio Channel 381, and on the app at 971.
Hooray! Spring is in the air. Let's celebrate by having a sale. Today and today only, when you shop Big Deals, you'll save an additional 10% off your entire purchase. No promo code necessary. Hi, Jenny from Big Deals, inviting you to stock up on those springtime gift certificates for your yard or home, or just find a new place to eat. Spring is in the air at Big Deals.
Get your automatic spring 10% off discount right now at BigDealsSouthBend.com.
A vehicle is stolen once every 40 seconds in the United States. The cost adds up to over $6 billion a year. But there are steps you can take to help put the brakes on vehicle theft. Roll up the windows completely. Don't leave valuables in the car. Take the keys or the fob with you. Lock the doors. If you have information on vehicle theft, contact the NICB. Reach us at 1-800-TEL-NICB or visit www.nicb.org. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
One of the great offensive linemen in Notre Dame history, Aaron Taylor, offensive tackle from 90 to 93, receiving a Moose Krause Award on the field during this stoppage in play. Well, Eric Hansen is the publisher and editor at InsideIndySports.com. Check out his website. It's part of the Rivals Network. And Eric and his colleague, Tyler James, will have numerous stories coming up over the next couple of days on the Blue Gold Game, and it's very easy to become a subscriber. Just go to InsideIndySports.com. All right, now the offense working from our left to right. This drive starts at the 5, and it's going to be Steve Angeli back at quarterback. And on first down, it's going to be a handoff, and sprinting up the middle is Jabron Payne, the 5'10 senior, who suffered a knee injury in the Blue Gold Game last year, missed all of last year. His first carry today, it's a gain of 7 out to the 12-yard line. Ball on the right hash as Angeli in the offense works from our left to right. A 4-man front for Al Washington's defensive line. 2 receivers. Tight end in motion. And here's the snap and the handoff to Payne. Oh, what a spin move in the backfield to get rid of one man, but then there's help coming and nowhere to go. And that is a tremendous tackle made in the backfield by Kingston Viliama Asa, now a sophomore linebacker.
This time, Steve Angeli has the number 2 offensive line in front of him. So they're evening up, giving everybody kind of the same complementary pieces on different drives.
The Louisville transfer, Jared Dawson, was the player that got back there quickly. 9 career sacks at Louisville, including 4 last year.
And if you're wondering about C.J. Carr's stats on the last drive, 1 carry for 1 yard, 5 for 5 passing for 62.
3rd and 7 from their own 8. Snap to Angeli. Pass to the near side. Saldate makes the catch at the 11, hit by... That was
Isaiah Dunn.
Isaiah Dunn immediately. No chance for Saldate to pick up yardage after the catch. Now, every drive has to be at least 6 plays. So this will be play number 4. It is 4th down and 5 from the 11-yard line. They're going to give a first down on the play, it looks like, and move the ball back to the 5-yard line. So a fresh set of downs. And now it looks like we've had a quarterback change. Blake Hebert comes in. Hebert committed to Clemson for 16 months, then committed to the Irish in October of last year, a 4-star coming out of high school. And the 6'3 quarterback sets up right on the goal line. So 1st and 10 from the 5. Motion to the far side. That's Jerome Bettis Jr. Hebert on first down, hands it off Payne, stumbles, still gets to the 8-yard line, and penalty flags fly on both sides of the formation.
I'll tell you, Darren, Hebert has been impressive in the little practice periods we've seen. I mean, he definitely looks like a freshman, but, I mean, physically, a guy that can run, a guy that's got a big, strong arm. I like his future. I think he's going to be in future quarterback derbies.
Procedure call on the offense. The penalty was declined. So Payne will pick up 3. It's 2nd down and 7 for the offense from the 8-yard line. The wind is picked up. It's right now in the face of Bleak Hebert and the Fighting Irish offense. Big formation on the field with just one wide receiver. Hebert in the shotgun. And we have whistles. And I think delay of game on the offense. Yep. That is declined. So let's try 2nd and 7 from the 8-yard line once again. So Chris Ash and the defense in a nice mood today, not accepting those penalties. 2 deep safeties for the defense.
Do they get bonus points for that?
Who knows? Who knows? All right, from the 8, 2nd and 7. Hebert, handoff, Payne, explodes up the middle, but he has stood up at the 11-yard line, and he is thrown to the field turf here at Notre Dame Stadium. Wow, that was a big-time tackle by Ariel Mukum, the 6'3 sophomore. A physical tackle. So out to the 11-yard line goes the football. Gain of 3, 3rd down and 4 from the 11. Hebert wearing a green jersey like all the other quarterbacks, wearing number 12. He's in the shotgun. Payne to his right, 3 wide receivers. Snap, rolling to the right. Looking, fires, and it's going to be batted away at the 17-yard line. Isaiah Dunn went through the receiver, Elijah Burris, to knock that ball away, and it's 4th down.
Isaiah Dunn says, I want a scholarship. He's a walk-on player. We know that the future of walk-on players is very murky right now with all the court action that's going on in Oakland, California. There's going to be another hearing here soon, but there was a big hearing last Monday, and all the future of college football and college sports is kind of hinging on these court hearings, decisions.
So that is the end of the 4th drive, which now puts into place an 8-minute intermission. If you're just joining us, due to the depleted roster and just not having enough players to fill out offense and defensive rosters, blue gold, we have gone to a system today in which we are playing 3 quarters. There are going to be 12 drives today. We have just completed our 4th, and after the 4th and 8th drives, we are taking an 8-minute intermission. So basically we have kind of 2 mini half times today here at Notre Dame Stadium. So we're through the first, I guess, of what we could call 3 periods of this blue gold game. And let's just give you some of the statistical data so far. The quarterback competition. Well, if you go by today, C.J. Carr both on fades to the left. Bauman picked up 23. Jaden Greathouse had a catch.
How do you make an Airbnb a Vrbo? Picture a vacation rental with a host who's showing you every room like you've never seen a house before. Now get rid of them. There you go. No host ever. Now it's a Verbo. Make it a Verbo.
Him. The way he has swung the bat to open up the season. 3-2 coming to Ravage Garcia. And he takes a late defensive hack just to spoil off a fastball over the lower outside corner, and it cues back behind the plate foul. One run on 2 hits, 1 error for Peoria. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for South Bend. 1 out, base is empty, bottom of the third. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Another tapper. This time it's off of Garcia. Rolls into fair territory down the first baseline, but foul because of the initial contact. It remains a full count. 7 pitches now in the at-bat between Winquist and Garcia. Cade Winquist has already gone several outs deeper into the game than he did in his season opening start last Saturday against Quad Cities. Here's another 3-2, and Garcia taps it over the mound. Now it's behind second base. The shortstop Gazdar lines it up and makes the right-handed toss in time to Curiali. 2 up, 2 down on a pair of ground outs to short. Base is empty, 2 away for the shortstop Christian Hernandez. Cubs have had no issue all series long, starting slowly on offense and then exploding at some point in the middle innings as Hernandez takes a 75% hack at a fastball down for strike 1. It was a 5-run 6th inning for the Cubs on Tuesday, a 2-run 5th to overcome a 1-0 deficit on Thursday, a 4-run 4th last night as the slider swerves down and away to the right hand hitting Hernandez. 1-1 count. Christian, again, the only player in the major and minor leagues with at least 6 stolen bases and an on-base plus slugging percentage north of 1,100. Here's the 1-1 to him. And he lines it right past the mound and on into center field. A laser that just missed the starting pitcher, Cade Winquist, and turns into South Bend's second hit. It's now a 7-game hit streak to start the season for Christian Hernandez.
Absolutely amazing. Guy's been incredible. I mean, the breakout season, I think you could say it already. The breakout season's here. That should tie him with Billy Amick to lead the league in hits, by the way. Amick came in with 12 today, and we'll check on how he's doing, but Hernandez should be tied for the lead.
Now the left fielder, Andy Garriola, gets plunked. Watch out, 95-mile-an-hour fastball that got him, I think, on the lower left side of the back. Garriola frustratedly flings the equipment away toward the Cubs dugout. Winquist a little bit off the rails after having to dodge the comebacker by Hernandez. That's going to draw Will Hawks, the Peoria pitching coach, on out of the dugout with 2 runners aboard and 2 outs. Ivan Bredauer, a power threat next to hit for the Cubs. There's action right now over in the Chief bullpen down to our left side. This inning started with a pair of ground outs against the bottom of the order, Carter Trice and Ravage Garcia. Then Christian Hernandez blistered the single up the middle. And after that, what you just heard, the hit by pitch against Andy Garriola. In fact, it's double-barreled action out in the Peoria bullpen. A couple of right-handers are out there. I see Zach Showalter for certain, the number 19 St. Louis Cardinal prospect. And also Angel Gonzalez, the former South Bend Cub. First pitch, line drive center field off the bat of Ivan Bredauer. It's going to tie the game. Coming around third and crossing the plate, Hernandez. And the Cubs, with a 2-out rally, have leveled the score. RBI single, Ivan Bredauer.
It's a beautiful swing, and we talked about it yesterday. Just how pretty of a swing this guy has, especially when he's able to get those arms extended. Put a good swing on it. And again, the Cubs picking up some hard contact. It's been kind of the same script the first few days. They have struggled in the first couple innings against Peoria starters, but really have found it in the third and fourth innings.
Now first baseman Drew Bowser, first and second, 2 outs, tie game 1-1. A big looping curveball drops in for a strike. Bowser, a pair of doubles and a walk last night. He's certainly a high-end threat to give South Bend its first lead of the day. As Winquest comes set with the 0-1 pitch, it's on the way. A fastball inside near the hands. 1-1 count. Well, Ivan Bredauer said it best after the game last night. All it takes is one good swing, one good at bat to open up the floodgates for this Cub offense, and perhaps that's happening on the heels of Christian Hernandez's 2-out single up the middle. Here's the 1-1 to Bowser. Curveball just off the inside corner as Winquest looked to front door it, and it's 2-1. Bowser grounded out to second base as the Cubs' leadoff hitter in the bottom of inning number 2. He works with Garriola at second, Bredauer on first. 2-1 pitch. Cut on and missed. Fastball top of the zone, 2-2. Drew Bowser, a 3-time College World Series participant at Stanford. He won the Pac-12 with the Cardinal in 2022 and 2023. Top 10 in program history with 39 career home runs. He's in his first season in the Midwest League. Ready for a 2-2 from Cade Winquest. He brings it home, and it's inside a fastball, 91 miles an hour. You heard it pop the glove of Atkinson, and the count goes full. Both runners will take off. Garriola from second, Bredauer off of first. Edgar Alvarez, the designated hitter, lurks on deck. Drew Bowser, the hitter. Tie game at 1, bottom of the third inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And it's knuckled away foul up above the Cubs dugout. And it lands right next to Alvarez, the on-deck man. Bowser will see a 7th pitch in the at-bat. Bowser struggled last year with runners in scoring position. It's something he'd like to improve on. Hit 151 between Arizona and Myrtle Beach. Here's another 3-2. It rises high for a walk, and the bases are loaded for Edgar Alvarez. And that's another Best One walk. Zolmans and Monteiths are proud partners of Best One. Visit bestonetire.com to find a location near you. Best One, where the best costs less. Now, what a spot this would be for the first Edgar Alvarez hit of 2025. He's 0 for 11. Flied out to left field in the second. And every runner is going to get a base on a balk from Cade Winquest. That brings home the go-ahead run as Garriola trots in from third. A miscue from the Peoria starting pitcher has given the Cubs their first lead. So now it's second and third with 2 outs, and the score 2-1 South Bend. Still in the bottom of the third. First pitch on the way to Edgar Alvarez. And it's taken the other way, foul. That'll clear the protective netting and reach the seats. Edgar Alvarez drafted in the 8th round of the 2024 draft out of Nichols State in Louisiana. He's from Orlando, Florida. A 1 pitch on the way from Winquest. Tails down below the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike count. The action continues in the Peoria bullpen. And meanwhile, South Bend is just now starting to get Angel Hernandez loose over down the first base side. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Alvarez. He swings in front of a breaking ball. And the count runs to 1-2. Two runners in scoring position. 2 outs, bottom of the third. A pair of South Bend runs have already scored here as the Cubs lead it 2-1 in Game 4 of the series against Peoria. Bredauer and Bowser the runners. Edgar Alvarez would love to score them both, but he's dealing with a 2-strike situation against Winquest, who has punched out 3. Here's the righty's 1-2. High fastball away. Alvarez flicked the bat head at it, but did not go around as Winquest sought an appeal and got one to field umpire Trey Ward, but he said no swing. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Cubs in front 2-1. Winquest brings it home, and Alvarez swings out in front of a fish-hooking breaking ball down and in for strike three. A timely fourth punch out for Cade Winquist, but the Cubs take the lead. It's 2-1 South Bend through 3 on Live 96.1 and 98.3 FM.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified by Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Join for free at WyndhamRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit WyndhamRewards.com for more details.
Discover the value of restoration with Fibrenew of Michiana. Whether it's leather, plastic, or vinyl, their experts breathe new life into your cherished home furniture, vehicle, and boat interior, or your business furnishings. Don't replace it, restore it. Contact Fibrenew for a quote today. And for a limited time, save money on your minimum service by using Fibrenew's Big Deal gift certificates. Act now to see the transformation. Experience the difference with Fibrenew of Michiana, where quality meets value.
Hooray! Spring is in the air. Let's celebrate by having a sale. Today and today only, when you shop Big Deals, you'll save an additional 10% off your entire purchase. No promo code necessary. Hi, Jenny from Big Deals, inviting you to stock up on those springtime gift certificates for your yard or home, or just find a new place to eat. Spring is in the air at Big Deals.
Get your automatic spring 10% off discount right now at BigDealsSouthBend.com.
Top of the fourth inning in downtown South Bend. This is game one of a doubleheader. Both games 7 innings in length between the Peoria Chiefs and the South Bend Cubs. And now Ryan Gallagher, the South Bend starting pitcher, works with the lead for the first time. It's 2-1 Cubs thanks to a 2-run bottom of the third inning. South Bend trying to score a series win after opening up the week 3-0 here against the Chiefs. First pitch from Gallagher to Joshua Baez, the center fielders. A fastball off the plate for ball one. It's Baez, Page, and Salazar due up for the visiting Cardinals affiliate. 1-0 pitch. Cut on and missed. 80% hack at a slider down and off the plate. 1-1 count on a beautiful blue sky Saturday in northern Indiana. 1-1 pitch goes low. Check swing and no offer from Baez. Baez, formerly a top 10 St. Louis prospect going back to 2022. He's now 21 years old. Drafted out of high school in the second round 4 summers ago in 21. As he moves the count to 3-1 on a fastball in. Peoria scored first in the last inning. Cubs quickly erased it. 3-1 pitch hit on line to left field, but it's right at Garriola, who drifts over a couple steps to his right toward the corner and makes the catch. So Baez struck it pretty well, but that was a top spinning line drive, so it sank down quickly into Garriola's mitt. And now on to Trey Page, the third baseman. Page struck out leading off the second against Gallagher, one of his 3 strikeout victims. He starts him off with a fastball high here for ball one. South Bend pitching continues to roll in this series. The Cubs entered with a total ERA below 2 in this series, as there's a 1-0 line drive that sinks into center field for a single by Page. He's aboard for the first time today and represents the tying run with 1 out in the fourth.
Second baseman, John Frank Salazar.
The Cubs would obviously love to get as much as they can out of Ryan Gallagher in his first professional start, but I don't think Nick Lovello is going to feel too bad in his stomach about turning things over to the bullpen, which has an ERA for the season of 2.25 and was phenomenal. 5 scoreless innings last night as the first pitch misses low to John Frank Salazar, the second baseman. He went down looking against Gallagher in the second. Runner on first, 1 out. Cubs lead 2-1, top of the fourth inning. It's a 7-inning contest. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball high. And now the count 2-0 against the Peoria second baseman. Salazar did not appear last night. His last start was Thursday when he was 0 for 4 with a strikeout. He's in his second year in the Cardinals organization out of Venezuela. and pops up the 2-0 pitch to right field. Back a few steps toward the warning track in the corner. Brett Auer, he'll put it away. And back to first base goes Trey Page. 2 outs in the top of the 4th.
Now batting the deep center, number 49, Chase Atkinson.
Chase Atkinson, the catcher, bats now with 2 outs and a runner on first and a 1-run Cub lead. Peoria, one of only 2 minor league baseball teams still winless to start the year at 0-6 as Gallagher uses a step off. It's the Chiefs and the San Diego Padres single-A affiliate, the Lake Elsinore Storm, the only 2 teams without a win in all of the minor leagues. And Peoria also trying to get over the hump in these close games. 5 of their first 6 games, including all 3 losses here this week, have been decided by 2 runs or less. As Gallagher checks on the first base runner, Trey Page, who does have a stolen base this year. He's 1 for 2. Still waiting on the first offering home to the catcher, Atkinson. And now here it comes. A breaking ball, down, and a swing as called by the home plate umpire, Connor Crowell. Strike 1. Atkinson grounded out to the shortstop, Christian Hernandez, to conclude a 1-2-3 top of the 2nd inning. Here's the 0-1. Cut on and missed again. A fastball foul tipped right to the catching mitt of Miguel Pabon. If Gallagher records the 3rd out here, it may well end his outing as the Cubs have had action in the bullpen going back to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Gallagher with 3 strikeouts, eyeing his 4th. Here's the pitch. It's popped up right side, shallow right field. Brett Auer's got a distance to cover coming in, but he settles underneath it and makes the catch hat high. A scoreless top of the 4th inning for Ryan Gallagher. The Cubs maintain their 2-1 lead. We're halfway home in the 7-inning contest. To the bottom of the 4th next on Live 96.1 and 98.3 FM.
At United Federal Credit Union, we'd like to be the first to say welcome home with a mortgage loan made just for you. Whether you're looking for a construction or lot loan for your future dream home or a mortgage for a home you can move into right away, our expert advisors will help you find the way to your new front door. Get started today with our easy online application at unitedfcu.com/mortgage. United Federal Credit Union. We get you. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 471962.
Hey, this is Carrie Peugeot. I do the weather in the mornings on WSBT. I wanted to let you know this summer is going to be an amazing time for you. You're going to have some long weekends. Maybe you're going to take a much-needed vacation or sneak in some fishing after work. Whatever it is, it'll be great for you, and I want you to enjoy it. So before you pack your bag or buy your bait, take a minute and get the forecast from me. Have a great summer.
Watch meteorologist Carrie Peugeot on WSBT 22.
New message.
If you do not contact us, your account will be deactivated.
Social Security Administration employees will never threaten you for information. In those cases, hang up and call the fraud hotline at 1-800-269-0271.
This is The Alternative. WYTZ HD2, W241AD, WCXT, and WCXT HD1. Benton Harbor, South Bend, 96.1 and 98.3. Everything Alternative.
Pabon. The Cubs lead the Peoria Chiefs 2-1. Bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 7-inning game on the front end of a straight Saturday doubleheader. Games 4 and 5 of the series. 0-1 pitch. Slow breaking ball at 72.
Budweiser is proud to join forces.
Down and away for a ball. 1-1. Showalter, drafted in the 11th round by Baltimore in the summer of 2022 out of high school in Florida. As the 1-1 pitch comes in at 84 for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Pabon. He was acquired by St. Louis on the 1st of August 2023 in the Jack Flaherty trade. That sent the excellent young starting pitcher to the Orioles. 1-2 pitch. Fastball just off the outside corner for a 2-2 count. Showalter spent all of last season at Single-A Palm Beach, made 24 appearances. As his 2-2 to Pabon is in there, strike 3 called, an 84-mile-an-hour fastball locks up the South Bend catcher, and Showalter K's the first man he faces to start off the bottom of the 4th. On to Rafael Morel, in search of his first hit during this series. 0 for 8, 1 for 13 overall this season with 1 out, bases empty. First pitch to him, a low fastball that clips the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Morel, the Cubs' second baseman, grounded out to shortstop as the last man up in inning number 2. Showalter set with the 0-1. Working from the stretch, he sends the breaking ball down and away for a ball. 1-1 count. So we can close the book on Peoria starting pitcher Cade Winquist. He goes 3 innings, gives up 2 earned runs on 3 hits, 1 walk. He struck out 4. 1-1 pitch to Morel. Another breaker downstairs. 2-1. Showalter finished last season on the injured list, but back in healthy now at age 21. Here's his 2-1. In there, a fastball, 87 miles an hour for strike 2. Not a swing yet from the Cubs on any of Showalter's first 9 offerings. And now he's set with the 2-2 to Morel. There's a swing and a fly ball to right field toward the gap, medium depth. And caught by the right fielder, Zach Levinson. 2 up, 2 down for the first man out of the Peoria bullpen, Zach Showalter. 2-1 Cubs, bottom of the 4th inning. This is game 1 of a doubleheader on this picture-perfect Saturday afternoon. Nothing but blue skies as both contests today will span 7 innings. Game 2 to get started approximately 40 minutes after the opener wraps up. Carter Trice, the center fielder, digs in and takes a strike. Trice, a ground out to shortstop in his only at bat so far in the bottom of the 3rd. 0-1 from Showalter. Down and away a fastball, 1-1 count. All of the Cubs' action took place in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it all started with 2 outs and the bases empty. Christian Hernandez singled, then an Andy Garriola hit by a pitch, set up an Ivan Brettauer RBI single. As the 1-1 is in there for a strike. 1-2 against Carter Trice. The go-ahead run scored for South Bend via a bases-loaded balk by the Peoria starter Cade Winquist. 1 ball, 2 strike count here against Carter Trice, the center fielder out of North Carolina State University. He's looking to heat up. A 1 for 16 start to the season. 1-2 pitch, fastball just off the dish. And now 2-2. Next offering. Fastball high. That time Showalter hits 90 on the radar gun, and the count's gone full. Ahead of third baseman Rayvaj Garcia, occupying the bottom slot in the batting order. Full count delivery on the way from Showalter. That's just inside, off the corner. A fastball at 88 that couldn't find the zone. Another Best One walk for Carter Trice. Olmans and Monteiths are proud partners of Best One. Visit BestOneTire.com to find a location near you. Best One, where the best costs less. Third baseman Rayvaj Garcia, who battled starting pitcher Cade Winquist for an 8-pitch at bat before grounding out to short. Takes the first pitch, and Carter Trice steals second in the process. He goes right away against Zach Showalter. and rips off the bag. That's his first stolen base of the year, his first stolen base in the Midwest League, and he's in scoring position with 2 away and a 1-0 count on Rayvaj Garcia. Rayvaj had an RBI single through the right side yesterday. A single could make it 3-1. 1-0 pitch is inside a fastball. 2-0 against the lone South Bend switch hitter. Garcia up there at the left side. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Big looping breaking ball. Perhaps sub 70 miles an hour in there for a strike. 2-1 count on Garcia, who really shined with runners in scoring position last year. Hit .305 in those spots, better than his .277 overall average, as the 2-1 pitch is slapped right behind Nick Lavello, the South Bend manager, and on into the Peoria bullpen. Down the third base side foul. 2-2. 2-1 Cubs, bottom of the 4th inning in a 7-inning affair. Carter Trice stands out at second with 2 outs. Christian Hernandez, the Cubs' most dangerous hitter today, on deck. Here's the 2-2 to Garcia. Swerves inside a breaking ball, full count. Garcia seen a lot of pitches early. And now ready for the full count delivery. It's on the way. Inside, gets away from the catcher Atkinson to the backstop. On to third via the wild pitch, Carter Trice. And it's a walk for Rayvaj Garcia. Another best 1 walk. Back-to-back 2-out free passes. And here come the Cubs again with 2 outs. They've put runners on the corners here against Zach Showalter after the chief reliever struck out Miguel Pabon and induced a flyout to right field from Rafael Morel to open up the inning. And now Christian Hernandez has an RBI opportunity, having already lasered a ball back into center field for a single that kick-started the Cubs' 3rd inning 2-out rally. He would come around to score the tying run. And he bats now with runners on first and third, 2 outs. Trice and Garcia, the runners from third to first. Here's the pitch. Slow breaking ball that stays up above the zone. Christian Hernandez, 4 RBI on the young season. Ready for the 1-0. It's on the way and misses Atkinson's glove completely through the left-handed batter's box to the backstop. And it brings home Carter Trice. The Cubs take a 3-1 lead. Back-to-back wild pitches from Zach Showalter, who has unraveled a bit over the course of this 4th inning. And a 2-run lead now for South Bend. On to second base as well, Rayvaj Garcia. So still a man in scoring position for Christian Hernandez. And a 2-0 count. The pitch. In there, a fastball at 89 for a strike. Three to 1 score, South Bend in front. Cubs have 3 hits, Peoria 4. 2 wild pitches in the inning for the Chiefs as the 2-1 is lofted to left field, carrying pretty well. Petrutz goes back, warning track wall. He'll have to leap, and it's over his glove off the high fence. Hernandez was not running out of the box, so he's got to hurry to second, but he's in there. It's an RBI double, and the Cubs expand their lead to 4-1. Stay hot, Christian Hernandez. He's got himself an Iron Workers Local 292 double, as it looked like a breaking ball that just floated out over the plate, and Hernandez hit it a mile high in the air. The wind didn't help it much, but it still carried enough to clear the outstretched right arm and glove of Ian Petrutz, and it hit halfway up the wall in left field. With 2 outs, Garcia was obviously running all the way from second, but Hernandez had just gotten to first by the time the ball scooted away from Petrutz in left field, perhaps hoping it would clear the fence for his second home run. It did not, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't make much difference, as Christian's on second with an RBI double, and the Cubs are in front now 4-1 with back-to-back 2-run innings. And Christian's 2 for 3 give him a 13 for 29 start to the 2025 season. Now the left fielder, Andy Garriola, after a mound conference, takes a first pitch fastball top of the zone for strike one. Garriola struck out in the first, then was plunked before coming around to score in the third. Now the 0-1 with Hernandez on second, a breaking ball that again split the plate. But Garriola spun it back foul for an 0-2 count. 2 runs home in the inning for South Bend. The Cubs lead 4-1, bottom of the fourth. It's a 7-inning game, so Peoria not only has work to do, but significantly less time to do it against what's been a great Cubs bullpen all year. Runner goes from second. Hernandez pitches outside, throw down to third. He's safe. The throw-in beat him as Chase Atkinson fired over to Trey Page at third base, but Christian Hernandez, the crafty and often automatic base stealer, rips off another one, his 7th in 8 attempts, as he got the left hand in there on the outfield side corner of the bag before the third baseman Page could wrap the tag around. Now the 1-2 to Garriola. Just misses low. Several Peoria defenders made a move toward the third base side dugout, thinking it would be called for strike 3. It was not. 2-ball, 2-strike count with Hernandez on third. Here's the pitch. Down and away, a full count. So Garriola's taking it from 0-2 to 3-2 with Ivan Brettauer, the right fielder, waiting in the on-deck circle. Another 2-run inning for the Cubs with perhaps more coming. That all started with 2 outs and nobody on base. 3-2 to Garriola. Sent away foul off the roof of the in-progress second level over on the first base side, and it comes all the way back down to the front row right behind Ivan Brettauer in the on-deck circle. Still a 3-2 count. Christian Hernandez on third, 2 outs, bottom of the fourth inning, 4-1 lead for the Cubs. Here's the pitch. Just low on a fastball. And a third walk in the inning for the Cubs. This one belongs to Andy Garriola, another best 1 walk. And South Bend's put men on the corners for Ivan Brettauer, who already has an RBI in this game. That was a 7-pitch free pass for Garriola. And now perhaps a pitching change on the way. Indeed, that's the case for the Peoria Chiefs. They had been warming up 2 pitchers during the starter Cade Winquest final inning. And now Roberto Espinoza and company go back to the pen, so Zach Showalter can't wiggle himself out of a busy bottom of the fourth inning, and we'll tell you about the pitching change for the Chiefs on the other side. You're listening to Live 96.1 and 98.3 FM.
Okay, team, we gotta try something new, something big, something like the new Mega Millions. With automatic multipliers on every play, non-jackpot prizes start at $10 and go up to 10 million.
Coach, what about the game?
This is the game. Now get out there and try for a win!
Every play is automatically more mega with the new Mega Millions from the Hoosier Lottery. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly.
Hooray! Spring is in the air. Let's celebrate by having a sale. Today and today only, when you shop Big Deals, you'll save an additional 10% off your entire purchase. No promo code necessary. Hi, Jenny from Big Deals, inviting you to stock up on those springtime gift certificates for your yard or home, or just find a new place to eat. Spring is in the air at Big Deals.
Get your automatic spring 10% off discount right now at BigDealsSouthBend.com.
Bottom of the fourth inning, it's a call to the bullpen presented by Carpenter's Local 413. Much has changed over 120 years, but growth still rests on opening doors to all working carpenters. For more information, visit carpenterslocal413.com. It brings on Jonas Rodriguez, the 24-year-old right-hander out of the Dominican Republic. He's been in the Cardinals organization for a while, signed to an international free agent deal in May of 2018. He made a career-high 33 appearances with Peoria last season and was effective at 2.32 ERA with a trio of saves, so he's going to try and keep the Chiefs in this thing. It's a 4-1 Cub lead. Bottom of the fourth, 7-inning ball game. First pitch to Ivan Brettauer, a fastball low at 89 for ball 1. 2 runs have scored for the Cubs in each of the last 2 innings. As South Bend goes for a series win clincher here today, having started the series 3-0. 1-0 to Ivan Bredauer. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. And a check, a high throw over to first where Andy Garriola was leaning, but gets back safely. It's Garriola at first. Christian Hernandez on third. South Bend runs have scored in this frame on a wild pitch and a Hernandez RBI double. Now the 1-0 to Ivan Bredauer. Fastball, lower part of the zone for a call to strike one. Bredauer 1 for 2 in this game. Drove in a run with a well-struck RBI single to center field. His last time up in the third. Now the 1-1. Slider down, 80 miles an hour. 2-ball, 1 strike count. Still not much wind to speak of here, as you alluded to earlier, BK. It shifted from blowing straight in out of center field to now more toward right field. Only about 5 miles an hour, maybe a little more than that. Here's the 2-1. It's a ball taken down and in. Andy Garriola fanged a stolen base attempt late and scampers back to first with Chase Adkison showing a back pick move. Now it's a 3-1 count to a guy you don't want to fall behind to with his power, Ivan Bredauer. Homered on a 3-0 pitch last night. And now the 3-1 from Dionis Rodriguez. Garriola stays put. And it's high and tight for a 4th walk in the inning. It's going to load the bases for first baseman Drew Bowser. That's yet another Best One walk. Solomons and Monteiths are proud partners of Best One. Visit BestOneTire.com to find a location near you. Best One, where the best costs less. Back-to-back 30-plus pitch innings on the mound for Peoria. And now the base is juiced for Drew Bowser, the first baseman. Here's the first offering. It's a slider that bends in for a strike. Bowser's seen a lot of pitches today. A 6-pitch ground out to second base in inning 2. A 7-pitch walk in the third at the tail end of the Cubs' 2-run rally to initially take the lead. It's 4-1 South Bend, bottom of the 4th. Bases loaded, 2 out. Bowser fouls it straight back over our heads, and it's 0-2. Bowser with the bases loaded last year, made the most of his opportunities. He was 2 for 4 with 7 RBI. He's behind 0-2 against Dionis Rodriguez with the Cubs up 4-1. Here's the pitch. Slider swerves below the zone, and Adkison scrambles to keep the ball in front of him on the dirt surrounding home plate. 1-ball, 2-strike count. Rodriguez, the second man out of the Peoria bullpen and the second Chief to pitch in this inning. Trying to finally get the Chiefs' offense back out there, still trailing by 3. Drew Bowser might have other plans. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball sent straight back into the netting foul. 74 miles an hour on the Rodriguez offering. It remains a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Hernandez at third, Garriola at second, Bredauer on first. 5 consecutive Cubs have reached since the Chiefs retired the first 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 1-2 again, and it's in there. Strike 3 called. A fastball at 93 catches the bottom part of the zone, and Bowser can only walk back to the dugout. Rodriguez strands the bases loaded, but the Cubs grab 2 more runs, and South Bend leads it 4-1 through 4 on Live 96.1 and 98.3 FM.
Budweiser is proud to join forces with Folds of Honor, providing life-changing scholarships to the spouses and children of fallen or disabled U.S. service members and first responders. Locally, United Beverage Company of South Bend salutes the commitment to those who serve our community and country. Over the last 14 years, Anheuser-Busch and wholesale partners like United Beverage have donated over $28 million, which has contributed to Folds of Honor's delivery of 51,000 scholarships since the nonprofit's founding. To those who have served our country, thank you. It's Buds for you.
Wakarusa Ag is your full-service equipment dealer with expertise in agricultural, construction, and residential equipment. Wakarusa Ag is ready to help with whatever needs you may have. Get ready for outdoor projects and cleanup with Steel and Echo's full line of power tools, chainsaws, leaf blowers, and trimmers. Check out their Bad Boy lawnmowers or their Skag zero-turn lawnmowers. Wakarusa Rental Services offers rental equipment for farmers or construction projects. Wakarusa Ag and Rentals on Nelson's Parkway at State Road 19 in Wakarusa or online at wakarusaag.com.
Hooray! Spring is in the air. Let's celebrate by having a sale. Today and today only, when you shop Big Deals, you'll save an additional 10% off your entire purchase. No promo code necessary. Hi, Jenny from Big Deals, inviting you to stock up on those springtime gift certificates for your yard or home, or just find a new place to eat. Spring is in the air at Big Deals.
Get your automatic spring 10% off discount right now at BigDealsSouthBend.com.
Top of the fifth inning, we've got another call to the bullpen presented by Carpenter's Local 413. Much has changed over 120 years. The growth still rests on opening doors to all working carpenters. For more information, visit carpenterslocals413.com. It's the left-hander, Angel Hernandez, to face 8-9-1 in the Peoria order, with the Cubs leading 4-1, and he gets a first pitch foul tip. Off the bat of first baseman Michael Curiali. So the day comes to an end for South Bend starting pitcher Ryan Gallagher. He was effective. 4 innings strong, gave up just 1 run, an unearned run. Struck out 3, walked only 1. As the 0-1 pitch is a called strike, 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Angel. Brings the count to 0-2. Hernandez making his 3rd appearance of the season. He pitched on Friday and Sunday at Beloit. This is his series debut. His 0-2. Off the plate, another fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikeout. Hernandez was phenomenal on Sunday, and the Cubs 5-4 loss to the Sky Carp. He spun 3 hitless innings with 3 strikeouts. Here's his 1-2. Got him swinging. Breaking ball downstairs. Throw down to first base, completes the punch out. Miguel Pabon to Drew Bowser. And Angel Hernandez picks up right where he left off with the strikeout of Michael Curiali.
John Ganstar, shortstop.
Cubs have really ratcheted up the strikeouts on the mound during this Peoria series. 32 through the first 3 games as a pitching staff. 4 more today in the first 4 innings and a third, as the first pitch to John Gazdar is a breaking ball down for a ball. Gazdar 1 for 1. He singled in the third, helping set up Peoria's only run. The Chiefs struck first earlier for the 4th consecutive game as Gazdar lines the 1-0 pitch sharply into right field. An opposite way single, the second single of the day for the Chiefs' 9-hole hitter. And the lineup card flips over with 1 on, 1 out.
Number 55, Brian Campos. The Chief DH.
So back to the top of the order, designated hitter Ryan Campos in a lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch from Angel. Just misses with the fastball, 87 miles an hour. Campos, 0 for 2. Drove in a run with a fielder's choice his last time up. He struck out to lead off the game against Ryan Gallagher. Hernandez just received a new baseball. Now he's ready to bring home the 1-0, but instead throws wildly over to first, trying to pick off the base runner Gazdar. The ball goes all the way deep into the South Bend bullpen. Gazdar didn't really realize it rounding second, so he'll stay put there. I think he very easily could have taken third base, as that ball took a strange carom down there. It went sailing past the first baseman Drew Bowser on the feed and ended up, I think, rolling among the ankles and feet of the Cubs relief pitchers seated behind the mound, and well, someone had to go dig it out down there. Unfortunately, the Cubs did in time to keep Gazdar at second. Two errors now for the Cubs, and a man in scoring position with the count 1-0. Next lefty-lefty pitch to Campos. In there for a strike at 88. Campos, another top 20 St. Louis prospect. He's ranked 18th in the system. Drafted in the 4th round last summer out of Arizona State University. 1-1 from Hernandez to him. Inside near the hands, 2 balls and 1 strike. Campos looking to extend his hit streak to 4 games. He's 2 for 9 now in this series. Hit both lefties and righties well in a limited sample size last year. Now takes a 2-1 pitch for a strike. Campos breezing right through Palm Beach a year ago, hitting .319 in 26 games at the single-A Cardinal affiliate. 2-2 from Hernandez, a breaking ball that remains above the zone. And now the count's gone full with Ian Petrutz, the left fielder, who would represent the tying run, standing on deck. 1 out, runner on second, top of the 5th inning, 4-1 Cubs in a 7-inning game. Here's the pitch. Hernandez to Campos. It's down and away. Another off-speed pitch. A single followed by an error and a walk. And the Peoria Chiefs have put 2 runners on with 1 out out of Ian Petrutz. And a conference coming for Angel Hernandez. George Thanopoulos, the South Bend pitching coach, makes his way out to the hill. Angel, at least from the early returns, not quite as sharp as he was on Sunday, although that's a high bar to set and clear when he had 3 hitless innings in Beloit. He retired the first man he faced, Michael Curiali, on a swinging strikeout to start off this 5th inning. Then the Gazdar single well struck to right field. He attempted to pick off Gazdar by throwing over to first in a 1-0 count, but the ball missed Drew Bowser's glove and went rolling deep into the Cubs bullpen, allowing Gazdar to take second, and then Angel, in a full count, walked Ryan Campos to put 2 aboard with 1 out, and now it's the left fielder Petrutz, 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts to center field. First pitch, in there for a strike. Peoria still looking for that big hit or two with a runner in scoring position. The Chiefs entered the day 11 for 66 in such situations. They did have a hit with a man in scoring position last night. It was the 3-run home run by Atkinson. Here's the 0-1. In there again, 87 miles an hour over the outside corner. And Hernandez, after the walk, quickly jumps ahead 0-2. Time called for by the hitter Ian Petrutz, who reaches down and grabs some dirt in his left hand, the top hand on his bat, and now steps back in. Lefty-lefty matchup. Left side of the infield is open, with 2 runners on, 1 out. 0-2 from Angel Hernandez. He kicks and deals. Breaking ball off the plate, 1-2. Four to 1 South Bend, top of the 5th inning. The Cubs have struck for 2 runs in each of the last 2 frames, but their lead perhaps in jeopardy here. 1-2 pitch, down and away, same pitch, same spot. Breaking ball down and off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ian Petrutz. The former Maryland Terrapin turned Alabama Crimson Tide in college. Here's the 2-2. Barreled right side, and it's on into the outfield between Morrell and Bowser. Windmill on at third for John Gazdar. Here he comes. Throw home from Brett Hours up the third base line. And the Chiefs are within 2. An RBI single, lefty-lefty on 2 strikes for Ian Petrutz. And it's a 4-2 ball game with still 1 out in the top of the 5th.
Now batting right fielder, number 8, Zach Levinson.
Petrutz worked back from an 0-2 count to make that RBI single possible. And now Zach Levinson, the dangerous right fielder, steps in. First pitch. Bounces away in the dirt for Pabon. He scampers to it, fires to third, but not nearly in time to catch Ryan Campos. Both base runners take 90 feet. And now the Chiefs have 2 in scoring position, including the tying run. Now at second base with still 1 out. And Zach Levinson looking for a big hit to jumpstart his season, which has started at 1 for 18 at the plate. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball left side to third. They're going to come home. Garcia to Pabon, and the tag is on for the out. Reaching safely at first, Zach Levinson, but the Cubs cut down the potential third Peoria run at the dish. And now 2 outs and 2 runners aboard for Joshua Baez. Clean execution between Rayvaj Garcia and the experienced Cubs catcher Miguel Pabon. And now Pabon will step out from behind home plate to signal to his infield. With Baez, the center fielder, stepping in for a third time, he's 0 for 2. A pair of runners on with 2 outs for Peoria. Still a 4-2 lead for South Bend. First pitch to Baez. Sliced the other way, foul. Up into that second deck as it rattles around among the active construction site. For strike 1. Baez a fly out to center field, a line out to left on his scorecard today. 0-1 on the way. Did he offer up? He did, according to the umpire standing between the mound and second base, Trey Ward. It's a pitch that looked to be just off the plate, and it's 0-2. Hernandez now ready. 0-2 pitch. Kick steals off the plate. Fastball at 89. It's 1-2. Joshua Baez put up some big numbers against the Cubs last year. 4 home runs, 8 RBI in 13 games. Hasn't done much offensively this week as he waits for the 1-2. And takes a called strike 3. Might have gone around as well. A breaking ball ends the top of the 5th inning. And the Cubs retain the 4-2 lead. Angel Hernandez gets the job done despite allowing the run. And the Cubs remain in front by a pair halfway through the 5th. 4-2 South Bend on Live 96.1 and 98.3 FM.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
As a high school student athlete, it makes a difference when the stands are filled with cheering fans. I'm Reed Robinson from New Prairie High School.
And I'm Autumn Rife from North White High School. It motivates us to do our best when we know our entire school community has our backs.
When they understand the real purpose of high school sports.
When they remember learning life lessons is more important than winning.
When they keep athletic events fun and positive for everyone.
That's what being a champion of high school sports is all about.
Whether you're a parent, fan, coach, official, administrator, or broadcaster, we all have a role to play in championing high school sports.
Thank you for supporting our schools, our communities, and our student athletes.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support the mission of education-based athletics by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is being a champion of high school sports. This is preserving the second classroom. This is your IHSAA.
South Bend Cubs baseball is presented by Pegs, located in the heart of downtown South Bend on Michigan Street. Eat your meals where the South Bend Cubs do. See their menu at pegssouthbend.com. Bottom of the 5th inning, 4-2 Cubs. The first pitch to Edgar Alvarez is in there for strike 1. Dionis Rodriguez back to work for the Peoria Chiefs, who trail by a pair in this 7-inning contest, front end of a doubleheader on a gorgeous Saturday in northern Indiana. 0-1 pitch. Off the plate, a fastball, 1-1. Edgar Alvarez, Miguel Pabon, and Rafael Morel due up for South Bend. Trying to clinch a series win and a 4-0 start at Four Winds Field here today as Alvarez cues it foul outside of the bag at third, and it's 1-2. That was a half swing. That results in the foul ball. There's a lot of room down the third base line with Trey Page playing off. Edgar's 1 for 2 in this game. Singled in the second, advanced to second on an error. I should say he's 0 for 2. Pabon is 1 for 2 behind him with that single and error. Here's the offering, down and away on 1-2. Now the count back even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cubs have scored 2 runs in each of the last 2 innings. Peoria 1 in the third, 1 in the 5th. to keep within striking distance. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Sliced well up above the second level foul. It remains 2-2. The Chiefs have out-hit the Cubs in this game 6-4, but more walks, more wild pitches for Peoria on the mound, and more timely hitting for the Cubs. Here's the 2-2. Alvarez swings through a breaking ball over the outside part of the plate. He's down on strikes for the second consecutive time, and Dionis Rodriguez has back-to-back punch-outs. Rodriguez came on during that lengthy bottom of the fourth inning. It was a 43-pitch fourth inning for the Chiefs. The Cubs got 2 runs. First pitch to Miguel Pabon. Bounced foul again outside of third. Zach Showalter started off the inning for Peoria, retired the first 2 men he faced, then ran into all sorts of trouble. 2 walks, a double, 2 more walks. Rodriguez came on, and after issuing that 4th walk, struck out Drew Bowser with the bases loaded as Miguel Pabon needs a new piece of lumber as he walks back over to the Cubs dugout and retrieves the brand new stick. But for both relievers that are active right now, Rodriguez for the Chiefs and Angel Hernandez for the Cubs, yes, there was some damage allowed in their innings, but they avoided any further problems as the 0-1 to Pabon is slapped first base side foul. That'll get up and out of play 0-2. Angel Hernandez conceded a run to make it 4-2 in the top of the 5th inning, but ended up getting a strikeout with runners on first and second, 2 away, with the potential go-ahead run standing at the dish. Now Rodriguez ready with the 0-2, briefly puts the glove over his face and brings it home. It's lofted to center field, shallow off the bat of Pabon. Out from second base, Salazar. 4 Chiefs converging, they dropped the ball. It ended up to shortstop Gazdar, who got his mitt on it, and he could not haul it in, running from left center out toward shallow right center. And going all the way to second base on that mistake, Miguel Pabon, he's in scoring position on a gift from the Peoria defense. There were 4 of them out there, and it probably should have been the center fielder, Joshua Baez, to call everybody off, but Gazdar ended up reaching out with it as the ball kept carrying and tailing away from him late as he retreated to shallow center field, and it went off the tip of his glove. First pitch to Rafael Morel is spun off foul, just out of the circle of dirt behind home plate for a foul ball, strike 1. Out at second base, Miguel Pabon. 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning, 4-2 Cubs. Here's the pitch. And a foul tip on a check swing by Morel. Carries the count to 0-2. They'll rule it a straight-up double for Miguel Pabon. An Ironworkers local 292 double. So he's 2 for 3. Nice day for the Cubs catcher. Rafael Morel aiming to get him home. Step back from the pitcher Rodriguez towards second as Pabon returns to the bag. Second baseman John Frank Salazar holding him close. A no ball, 2 strike count here against Rafael Morel. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, down and away. Chase Atkinson picks it out of the dirt and fakes the throw back to second, where Pabon returns to the bag. Morel 0 for 2 in this game. He grounded out to shortstop in the second, flat out to right in the 4th. He's one of just 2 Cubs that have not reached base in this contest. It's him and Edgar Alvarez. Now the 2-1. I should say the 1-2. It's downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For 2 Cubs. 5 hits, 2 errors for South Bend. 6 hits, 1 error for the visiting Peoria Chiefs. Off to an 0-6 start to the year. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Popped up, Should stay in play, foul territory, third base side, near the railing of the Chiefs' dugout. Third baseman Trey Page trots onto the dirt and makes the catch. 2 outs, and still out at second base, Miguel Pabon, with Carter Trice now striding in to hit. Carter Trice 0 for 1. He took the first of the 4 South Bend walks in the bottom of the 4th inning and came around to score what currently stands as the game-winning run, the third Cub run in a 4-2 game. Here's the first pitch to him. Rides off the plate for ball 1 of the right-hand hitting Cubs center fielder. Miguel Pabon at second after a popped-up double into shallow center field that the Chiefs' defense mishandled. 1-0 pitch. Big hack, and Trice comes up empty with a fastball elevated. 1-1 count. 93 miles an hour on the gun there from Rodriguez. Trice in his first South Bend season. Readies for the 1-1 pitch. Got those mint green batting gloves on again, and he'll adjust those as he takes a step out of the right-handed batter's box. Cubs in their all whites with the blue pinstripes. Peoria in their road grays with red lettering. 1-1 pitch. Foul back by Carter Trice. It remains a battle between him and Dionis Rodriguez, a 1-2 count. Chiefs offensively down to their final 6 outs, with this being a 7-inning contest to start a doubleheader. Game 2 will get underway about 40 minutes after this one concludes. Rodriguez to Trice, the 1-2. Fastball, 91 miles an hour off the plate, 2-2. Runner on second, Miguel Pabon. 2 outs in the inning. 4-2 Cubs, bottom half of the 5th. Rodriguez set at the chest. Here's his 2-2. And Trice jolts it left center field, carrying deep into the gap. Baez has space short of the warning track and tracks it down, perhaps finding the sun just a little bit. He makes the catch, and the Cubs go empty in the bottom of the 5th. Still 4-2 South Bend. BK returns to the call for the top of the 6th. On the other side, this is Live 96.1 and 98.3 FM.
Thinking about replacing your windows or doors but don't know where to start? Pella South Bend is here to help you from conception to completion. Pella has been serving homeowners for 100 years by providing the highest quality products and attention to detail, all backed by the industry's best warranty. For the month of April, receive 0% financing for 5 years or 55% off qualifying installations. Come see us at our showroom on Grape Road. Give us a call at 574-243-9014 or visit PellaSouthBend.com. Celebrate a century of exceptional craftsmanship with Pella.
Cub fans, it takes a team of the most dedicated, talented individuals to win a championship. And it also takes a similar team to get you fully recovered from your health challenges and on your way home. Briarcliff is South Bend's newest community. From long-term care to short-term rehab to complex clinical support, Briarcliff has all the bases covered. Take a tour of their all-private suite facility or visit BriarcliffSouthBend.com. Let Briarcliff make your recovery a home run.
Okay, team, we gotta try something new. Something big. Something like the new Mega Millions. With automatic multipliers on every play. Non-jackpot prizes start at $10 and go up to $10 million.
Coach, what about the game?
This is the game. Now get out there and try for a win!
Every play is automatically more mega with the new Mega Millions from the Hoosier Lottery. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly.
Hey, for 35 years, the Hoosier Lottery has given back more than $7 billion to the state of Indiana, and we've done it with the help of Hoosiers like you. Learn more at HoosierLottery.com, and please play responsibly. 6 outs to go for the Cubs to try and close out their 4th straight victory. Here in Game 1 of the doubleheader between the Cubs and the Chiefs. Left-hander Angel Hernandez back out there, and he'll deal ball 1 inside to Trey Page. Hernandez, we saw him work the fifth. A run did score, but Angel limited the damage with 4 total base runners in that inning. Here comes the 1-0, and it hits Trey Page. Page tried to dodge away from the inside slider, but I think it might have gotten him somewhere on the midsection, scraping that gray jersey. So the leadoff man aboard here for Peoria in the top half of the 6th inning. HBP, Trey Page on base for a second time. This is very much in reach for the Chiefs. It's a 4-2 game. Cubs lead by a pair. Here is Salazar. Right-handed batter looks at a breaking ball outside. Cubs bullpen quiet for now. And Peoria is going to get their pen back warmed up. A right-hander throwing. Here comes the 1-0. Not close outside, ball 2, and Miguel Pabon, Cubs catcher, will trot out to the mound, call time for a meeting with Hernandez. We saw George Sthenopoulos walk out to the mound last inning for a pitching coach visit, and that really reset the frame. It got Hernandez back on track. And then Angel started and ended his 5th inning with a strikeout. And let's see if this visit from Pabon can help out Hernandez again. The left-hander sets, looking at first with a man leading, and deals. Right down the middle, it's a called strike. 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the South Bend Cubs. 2 runs, 6 hits, and an error for the Chiefs here in game 1 of the Twin Bill. And the 2-1 fouled into the middle of Pabon for a strike. So back-to-back strikes since Pabon went to have a conversation with his left-hander. Would imagine if the Cubs can get Hernandez through this inning, could see Vince Riley for the 7th. We haven't seen Vince in a while, who has taken over as now what seems to be the de facto closer. 2-2. Lofted towards left, towards the corner. Andy Garriola chases and makes the catch. Garriola had to cover about 20 or so feet, ranging over as he ran towards the left field corner. He did make the catch while still on the outfield grass, which is still perfectly groomed. Huge shout out to Hyro and the grounds crew for a job well done. Four Winds Field looked spectacular. Garriola made the catch there, and there's 1 out in the top half of the 6th. Back to first went Trey Page. Double play could possibly end the inning now with the Cubs ahead 4-2. 1 out in the 6th. Hernandez spins in a strike to Chase Atkinson. Atkinson, who had all 3 RBIs yesterday for the Chiefs, is 0 for his first 2 today. Those 3 ribbies all on one swing. The 3-run homer from the 2nd yesterday. 0-1. Fished for and missed low. Strike 2. So Hernandez, who hit Page to begin the inning. Miguel Pabon, after a 2-0 start to John Frank Salazar, took a trip to the mound. Things have looked better since. And it's 2 strikes on Atkinson. And the pitch. This is fouled off of Pabon for a strike. So Atkinson stays alive. A reminder, a whole new, brand new full game follows things here in game 1 of the doubleheader. And the pitch from Angel is outside. Pick throw from the catcher Pabon to first base is not going to be in time. So if you're out and about listening right now, come on by. Doubleheader game 2 follows, as Tyler told you, 40 minutes after the conclusion of this one. It's a beautiful sunny day, blue skies all over. 1-2. A little tapper slowly hit left side. Hernandez charges it short, gets up and throws out Chase Atkinson. Hernandez had to come in with a solid first step on that baseball, scoop it, get a clean transition to his bare hand, and then fire the throw off to Bowser. That'll go 6-3, and moving up to second is Trey Page. So fielder's choice. And with 2 outs in the 6th inning, the batter is Michael Curiali. And this is the point of a doubleheader where the trailing team really starts to realize the situation. Ground ball foul to the left. Cubs lead 4-2, and it's the 6th inning, but you got to think the fact Peoria has 4 outs left to work with in the game. That's not the typical 6th inning strategy, but it is here in the 7-inning doubleheaders. Here's the 0-1. Fouled again off of Pabon. Might have gotten a piece of the home plate ump, Connor Crowell. He's fine. 0-2 on Curiali, who singled and scored back in the third. Angel Hernandez struck him out last inning in the fifth. Here's the kick in the 0-2. Just missed. A tad high, maybe a bit outside. That was well located. And a big sweeping slider from Angel Hernandez. Meanwhile, Peoria's bullpen has that right-hander throwing, likely the new pitcher for the Chiefs. And here's the 1-2 after a check at second. Swing and a miss, strike three. Hernandez punches out Curiali for the second straight inning. And the Chiefs leave a man in scoring position. We are in inning number 6, game 1 of the doubleheader, 4-2 Cubs, here on Live 96.1 and 98.3 FM.
Dear Truckin' Awesome, does Toyota Tundra have heart-pounding horsepower? Truck yeah. Is Tacoma styled for the wild and as rugged as it comes? Truck yeah. And the 4Runner, tough as nails, ready for any trail? Truck yeah it is. Find your Toyota truck at Toyota.com. Put adventure in gear and floor it. Toyota, let's go places.
At United Federal Credit Union, we'd like to be the first to say welcome home with a mortgage loan made just for you. Whether you're looking for a construction or lot loan for your future dream home or a mortgage for a home you can move into right away, our expert advisors will help you find the way to your new front door. Get started today with our easy online application at unitedfcu.com/mortgage. United Federal Credit Union. We get you. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 471962.
New message. If you do not contact us, your account will be deactivated.
Social Security Administration employees will never threaten you for information. In those cases, hang up and call the fraud hotline at 1-800-269-0271.
This is The Alternative. WYTZ HD2, W241AD, WCXT, and WCXT HD1. Benton Harbor, South Bend, 96.1 and 98.3. Everything Alternative.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the last chance for the Cubs to add on to their 4-2 lead before they'll go for the win in the 7th. New pitcher comes on for the Chiefs. It's right-hander DJ Carpenter, who looks like he belongs on a basketball floor. 6'8", 225 pounds. Right-hander's first pitch to Rayvon Garcia is taken outside for a ball. Garcia, Hernandez, and Garriola will hit in this inning. And as the Cubs are on top of the Chiefs 4-2, Peoria has one more base hit than the Cubs do in this game. Hits are 6-5 Chiefs. Garcia takes outside 2-0. But the Cubs lead in the most important department, up 2 runs. Here on this perfect spring day. The 1-0, or 2-0, I beg your pardon, is lofted out to right center for a base hit. Rayvon Garcia slaps a single to start the 6th inning. And he's on for the second time today. Carpenter is the 4th Peoria pitcher of the day. Cade Winquest got the start. Then we saw Zach Showalter, Dionis Rodriguez, and now Carpenter. As here comes Christian Hernandez. First pitch to Christian is outside. Another 2-hit, multi-hit game for Hernandez already. He's extended his hitting streak to begin the season up to 7 straight with a single and a double this afternoon. Here's the 1-0, and it's a breaking ball in there for a strike. And Hernandez continues to kind of teeter-totter on the Midwest League hit leaders department. A bunch of guys are battling for that top spot in the league right now. 1-1 is ripped back to the screen, and it's 1-2 on Christian Hernandez. Hernandez came into today with 11 hits. He's now up to 13. And pending what's going on in the Cedar Rapids Colonels game, he might have the active lead. We'll check that right now. It's 1-2 on Christian Hernandez. And here's a pick throw to first. Back diving safe is Garcia. The Midwest League hit leader coming into today was the former Tennessee Volunteer Billy Amick, who plays for the Cedar Rapids Colonels, and Billy has a base hit on the day. So right now, Hernandez and Amick tied at 13. And a swing and a miss, strike three. Hernandez goes down on a big bender. So 13 it will stay for Christian Hernandez. And we will see if he's in action in game 2 of the doubleheader. We'll have the opportunity to perhaps take the active lead in the league. And that's probably what's most impressive is Hernandez has played one less game than the rest. Andy Garriola will take high. Four-2 Cubs lead 6th inning. Carpenter sets to Garriola with the runner on the move. Garcia is going to be standing in at second. You don't see that often. Garcia beat the throw by so much he stood in and stole the base. And he's in scoring position. Stolen base, Ravaj Garcia. Ravaj will now lead at second. These are a couple big men going at each other from mound to plate right now. And the 2-0 is fired back to the screen. It's 2-1. Garriola 6'4" against 6'8" DJ Carpenter. And if you really want the big boy matchup, Ivan Brettauer's on deck at 6'6". 2-1 on Garriola. Andy's been on twice today, hit by pitch and a walk. And here comes DJ Carpenter after a look at second. Garriola waits on a curveball and pops it up out to shallow left center. It's another opportunity for Gazdar, and he'll make this catch. After a pop fly last inning went by the wayside for Peoria. Gazdar secures this one, and Garriola is now 0 for 2. So here we go, the two biggest men on their respective squads. 6'8" DJ Carpenter, who is super wiry and lanky, long legs, against Ivan Brettauer, 6'6", very bulky, strong. Here's the pitch to Ivan. Check swing at a ball inside. Did he go? No. Ball 1. Brettauer, as usual, has got the pants around the knees, showing off the South Bend Cubs blue socks. He points both of his elbows outward in his batting stance, which is wide open. Garcia at second. The 1-0 is high, and it's 2-0. Garcia leads. The second baseman Salazar close to the bag up the middle. And the pitch. Brettauer hit by a pitch. This will be the second straight day where Brettauer has taken one pretty much in the same identical spot off the light blue elbow guard that he sports on the left arm. So the Cubs get another base runner, up 4-2 here in the 6th inning. Again, their last chance to add on before they go for the win next frame. And it looks like Angel Hernandez is going to get the opportunity to close this thing. Cubs bullpen is quiet. So Hernandez, who has already pitched 2 innings of 1-run ball, will get the shot. And I would assume the Cubs are saving a guy like Vince Riley for game 2 of the doubleheader. So here's a chance for Drew Bowser to drive in a couple runs. Bowser's 0 for 2 with a walk today after a 2-double performance yesterday. This will be right-hander to right-hander. Carpenter against Bowser. 2 runners on for the Cubs. Brettauer at first, Garcia at second. Here's DJ Carpenter with the first pitch. Curveball high to Bowser, ball 1. We will have a short post-game coverage for you after this game 1 of the Twin Bill finishes up. We'll take the 40-minute timeout. We'll come back with a very quick pregame, and we'll be in action for game 2. Here's the 1-0. Just missed. Pretty good-looking 12-6 curve, which dropped maybe a tad outside. And it's 2-0 on Drew Bowser. We'll also get you a full scoreboard check from South Bend International Airport. There's already one final to report in the Midwest League today. Cubs lead 4-2. The 1-0. Rayvaj Garcia stealing third. The throw there from the catcher is not going to be in time. Atkinson fired a strike to third, but Garcia got a great jump, and he steals his second base of the inning, and it ends up being a double steal. Ivan Brennauer takes second. Rayvaj Garcia pokes to third. 3 stolen bases in the inning for the Cubs. And it's 1-1 on Bowser. Now 2 men in scoring position. The right-hander Carpenter deals. Another curveball is wide outside. 3-1. By the way, the Dayton Dragons shut out the Fort Wayne Tin Caps today, 6-0. Dayton, who started the season at 0-4, they've rattled off 3 wins in their last 4 games. Here comes the 3-1. Bowser takes a fastball high, and that's going to be ball 4. Bases loaded. And if you're looking for the opportunity to put the Chiefs away, here's your chance. Edgar Alvarez will bat. And this could be super poetic for Edgar. He's still looking for that first base hit of the year. He's hit the ball hard a bunch through the first week of the season. But here in this game, he is 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. Bases loaded, 2 away. The pitch to Alvarez is outside. And Carpenter, who has been unable to find the strike zone, there is nowhere to put Edgar Alvarez at the moment. Righty to lefty. Alvarez with that wide open stance waits. And the 1-0, swing and a miss. Edgar, a guy that can very easily push the ball the other way towards left field. And right now, there's a massive gap on the left side of the infield between Gazdar and Page, as Gazdar playing behind the runner Brennauer towards second. Let's see if Alvarez can slap it the other way. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. South Bend had the bases loaded in the 4th. It was also with 2 outs. They were not able to convert that chance. Alvarez digs back in. And Carpenter trying to get the Chiefs out of this inning. Down 2. Cubs lead 4-2. The pitch. Alvarez takes a fastball way high at 95. DJ Carpenter, a former 14th round pick of the Cardinals back in 2022. As he sets, and the long-legged right-hander back with the 2-2 pitch. Alvarez belts one in the air towards right. Backtracking towards the wall is Levinson. He's on the warning track. He's going to make the catch. Just a couple feet in front of the wall. Edgar Alvarez just missing his first knock of the season. It would have been a grand slam. And that keeps the Chiefs in this game. It's going to remain 4-2. Buckle those seatbelts. We go to the 7th inning. The final 3 outs. Angel Hernandez will try and record them on Live 96.1 and 98.3 FM.
Hey, this is Carrie Peugeot. I do the weather in the mornings on WSBT. I wanted to let you know this summer is going to be an amazing time for you. You're going to have some long weekends. Maybe you're going to take a much-needed vacation or sneak in some fishing after work. Whatever it is, it'll be great for you, and I want you to enjoy it. So before you pack your bag or buy your bait, take a minute and get the forecast from me. Have a great summer.
Watch meteorologist Carrie Peugeot on WSBT 22.
Budweiser is proud to join forces with Folds of Honor, providing life-changing scholarships to the spouses and children of fallen or disabled U.S. service members and first responders. Locally, United Beverage Company of South Bend salutes the commitment to those who serve our community and country. Over the last 14 years, Anheuser-Busch and wholesale partners like United Beverage have donated over $28 million, which has contributed to Folds of Honor's delivery of 51,000 scholarships since the nonprofit's founding. To those who have served our country, thank you. This Bud's for you.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
To the seventh inning. And of course, in a doubleheader, this is the final inning of regularly scheduled baseball. The Cubs lead the Chiefs 4-2. I'm Brendan King with Tyler Reedy. Jim Arizari is our studio producer here for Game 1 of the Twin Bill. And Angel Hernandez is going to try and finish off the final 3 outs. Cubs ahead by 2. They spoiled a chance last inning with the bases loaded. And John Gazdar leads off. First pitch from the lefty is a called strike. Hernandez is working here in his 3rd inning. He has given up a run in 2 frames, and just in case, the Cubs have Vince Riley working in the bullpen. But it's a strike on Gazdar, and the next pitch is another strike. Fastball lasered on the outside corner. And if you're the South Bend Cubs, you would love to keep Vince Riley available for Game 2. If the Cubs hang on here, it would be their 4th straight win. They could go for win number 5 in a row next game. 0-1. Outside, actually 1-2 now. John Gazdar has singled twice today. He also scored that run in the 5th. The base hit was off Hernandez, and he'll drill this one in the left field for a base hit. John Gazdar from the 9 spot of the Peoria order has singled 3 times, and he's now got a pair of hits against Angel Hernandez. And we'll see how Nick Lovello wants to manage his bullpen. If Hernandez gets 1 more or 2 more hitters, it would make sense that he stays out there here because the man coming up now, Ryan Campos, is a lefty. And so is the guy on deck, Ian Petrutz. First pitch to Campos is low, ball 1. Cubs are ahead 4-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. And again, with it being the doubleheader, the Chiefs are down to their final 3 outs. Next pitch in the dirt, ball 2. We'll continue our check of South Bend International Airport's out-of-town scoreboard. Told you about that one final in the circuit. Dayton shutting out Fort Wayne 6-0. Top of the 8th, Cedar Rapids leading Beloit 7-3. And here's the 2-0 by the lefty. Swing and a miss. In the 8th, Great Lakes 10, Lansing 6 in the Battle of Michigan. And going to extra innings here this afternoon, West Michigan, who we'll see next week, even at 4 with the Lake County Captains. Here's the kick and the 2-1. Ground ball, foul towards first. Would have been a tailor-made double play ball. Drew Bowser scooped it up. I would guess Bowser would have stepped on the bag at first because he fielded that ball literally on the bag. Usually in that scenario, the first baseman would twirl around and throw to second first. But again, it was Bowser gloving that right at the bag. If that's a fair ball, Bowser probably steps on the base and then throws to Hernandez at second, and then Hernandez would have had to apply the tag, but of course that's all elementary. 2-2. And here's the pitch. Up and inside, nearly clipped Ryan Campos. Game still ahead in the Midwest League. Us in Game 2 of the doubleheader. And then the lone night game, Wisconsin and Quad Cities in Davenport at 6:30. It's 3-2. The pitch looped in the air towards left. Garriola chases. He's on the warning track. He's going to make the catch on the sinking liner. Off the bat, that ball looked like it was going to travel, but then it just started sinking and sinking because the wind has changed a little bit here today. It started breezing in from center, and now it's blowing out towards right. So that wind going from left to right knocked down that baseball in left field. Hernandez records the out, and Nick Lovello is out of the Cubs dugout. Lovello will make a change. He's going to bring on his closer. Vince Riley will enter. Pitching change here in the 7th, and 2 outs to record. Quick timeout. Cubs lead 4-2 in the 7th here on 96.1 and 98.3 FM.
Okay, team, we gotta try something new. Something big. Something like the new Mega Millions. With automatic multipliers on every play. Non-jackpot prizes start at $10 and go up to $10 million.
Coach, what about the game?
This is the game. Now get out there and try for a win!
Every play is automatically more mega with the new Mega Millions from the Hoosier Lottery. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly.
Hooray! Hey, spring is in the air. Let's celebrate by having a sale. Today and today only, when you shop Big Deals, you'll save an additional 10% off your entire purchase. No promo code necessary. Hi, Jenny from Big Deals, inviting you to stock up on those springtime gift certificates for your yard or home, or just find a new place to eat. Spring is in the air at Big Deals.
Get your automatic spring 10% off discount right now at BigDealsSouthBend.com.
Situations early in this year. Riley has already converted one save on the campaign, and it was back on Tuesday as the Cubs beat these Chiefs 5-3. And in game one of this doubleheader, Vince Riley trying to record the final what would be 2 outs after Angel Hernandez just got Ryan Campos to line out to left before the break. The Chiefs will have a base runner here with the Cubs ahead 4-2. The tying run will be at the dish, with Ian Petrutz scheduled to hit. John Gazdar singled off of Angel Hernandez to begin the inning. And Gazdar is 3 for 3 with 3 singles on the afternoon. Again, the tying run is at the dish. Cubs 4, Chiefs 2. Hard thrower Vince Riley, the right-hander, sets and is ready to bring it to Ian Petrutz. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. Nasty slider around the ankles, and Petrutz chased it. It's a beautiful spring day. The sun is out, all kinds of blue sky. Wind breezing out to right in the power direction of this lefty, Petrutz. Now the 0-1 from Vince Riley. It's belted way deep towards right, but going foul towards the new fun zone area, which is now in the right field corner. The splash pad being worked on. That'll be in the left center field area now. So some changes this season, of course, with the construction at Four Winds Field. And the fun zone, which used to be hit by left-handed batters pulling the baseball, now hit by, or right-handed batters, that is, pulling the baseball, now hit by lefties. It's 0-2. Vince Riley readies, and here he comes. Big bouncer hits slowly right side to a charging Morrell. He'll scoop, underhand flip to first. It's going to be in time. That was a big chop, which again was just poked slowly. No chance at a double play. So Petrutz grounds out to second. Moving up to second is Gazdar. And the Chiefs are once again down to their final out in this series. The Cubs have won 3 in a row to begin the week. Looking for 4 in a row with this one. And in game 2 of the doubleheader coming up next, it could be 5 straight wins for the Cubs, but they've got to hold on here up 4-2. The batter is Zach Levinson. Levinson takes a strike. Vince Riley brought along here to record these final 2 outs. He's gotten it halfway done. With that long, flowing dark hair out the back of the red cap he sets. And the 1-strike pitch to Zach Levinson. It's on the way. Outside on a slider. We are not the only doubleheader in the Cubs organization today. AAA Iowa playing 2 in Toledo. And the first game is just underway. Scoreless in the first. Cubs 4, Chiefs 2, 7th inning. Man at second. And Riley deals. A little cue shot rolled foul up the first base side. Now it's 2 strikes on Levinson. Levinson representing the tying run here in the 7th inning. It would take a long ball for the Chiefs to tie it in this scenario. 2 strikes on Levinson. Riley trying to secure the win. He looks in for a sign from Pabon. He's got one that he likes. He sets at the belt, and Vince Riley pitches the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Riley blows a 94-mile-an-hour fastball past Levinson, and the Cubs win. Game 1 of the doubleheader goes to South Bend. Well done all around. Ryan Gallagher in his Midwest League debut through 4 innings of 1-run baseball. It was also his pro debut. Then Angel Hernandez came along, and Hernandez provided 2 1/3 innings of 1-run relief. And Vince Riley closes out the final 2.